I would suggest to Eric Holder and to President Obama that I know that it's painful and it's boring to read lots of laws, but let me give you one very short law that you should read. And that is Article 2 of the United States Constitution. Specifically the provision that says the President shall take care that the laws are faithfully executed. Between 2001 and 2003, working as counsel to Attorney General Ashcroft and as his White House fellow, he took care that the laws were faithfully executed. There was a flood of immigration-related crimes hitting the border states. The U.S. attorney's offices in those border states didn't have enough attorneys to prosecute all of the cases. And so the word went out through the Justice Department, all hands on deck. We want attorneys who are willing to help those other states to prosecute cases coming out of Arizona, coming out of Texas, New Mexico, and California. I indeed myself took one of those cases to the Ninth Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals, which I won, by the way. That's what the Justice Department should be doing, moving as many resources as possible to prosecute immigration-related crimes. But instead, what are they doing? Taking the resources of the Justice Department to prosecute, or to go after, I should say, in the courts, the state of Arizona, which is trying to... Why in the world, well put, why in the world are they doing this? They don't have any need to even bring the lawsuit. There were already 5 civil suits filed. You only needed 1 to get the issue in front of the court. But Eric Holder, in his great wisdom, decided, or maybe it was Barack Obama in his wisdom who really made the decision, that the Justice Department would spend your taxpayer dollars going after the state of Arizona. How does that feel? And then to add even greater irony to the situation, as you know, the governor who's been defending the law in Arizona has been raising the money with private contributions up to $500,000. The side that's defending the law is doing it with private dollars. The side that wants to break down the rule of law is doing it with taxpayer dollars. All right, one more point about these lawsuits. If you look at what the Justice Department is doing right now, and put it in contrast to what they're doing in the new Black Panther Party case, that case is, I'm not going to talk about it, but that case was a slam dunk. The defendants had already effectively admitted their guilt, and the Justice Department dropped it. In contrast, the Arizona case they're trying to bring brings them on very shaky legal ground. It's a very tough claim they're trying to make. So you have the Justice Department not deciding on the strength of the legal argument. That's how they're supposed to be. That was one of the most important codes of ethics in the Justice Department. You can have political decisions about whom to appoint to this and that. You can have political decisions about certain programs. But when it comes to cases, when you decide who gets criminally prosecuted, which civil suits are filed, politics have to be out the door. It's all about the strength of the legal argument. Yes. Because the slam dunk legal argument they drop, and the half-court shot behind the back against Arizona, they're pursuing. That says politics are at work, and that is wrong. And so now we turn to one of the great heroes of the state of Arizona, a friend of mine and someone I've worked with in defending what Maricopa County Sheriff's Office is doing. And let me just say one word, because I'm sure he's going to be more modest about what Maricopa County Sheriff's Office is doing. But let me tell you, that one sheriff's office is doing more to enforce our immigration laws than half a dozen ICE district offices combined. You'll get the chance, Joe, in just a minute. In the last few years, the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office has arrested and either prosecuted and or transferred to federal custody 35,000 illegal aliens. respect for the rule of law. And he also teaches his inmates respect for the rule of law. And I'll let him tell you about the 10 cities and the pink underwear. And without further ado, let me introduce Sheriff Joe